Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 11 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to finish the top cabinet on our kitchen. Now we're gonna continue working on this. So let's go back to first floor. And then here, we're going to create the island. So now what we're gonna do is click on component, model in place, and then look for generic model. Press OK, and then press OK again. And then here we're going to create an extrusion, and we're just going to leave it at setting on the first floor. So we're just going to click on extrusion, pick on the rectangle. The extrusion should be 900. And then here we're going to change the material. I'm going to select the wood material. And then I'm just going to choose one of this. And then here, let's create the rectangle. I'm estimating at the moment, so around this one. So we could put this one around 1300. So that's correct. And then this one should be around 3000. And then we're going to space it out. Like so. And then obviously we're going to extend it more because we're going to add in some chairs right here. So I'm going to push this a little bit on the left a little bit. So if you want to copy mine, it's around 1300 from here. So that's good enough. So I'm going to click on finish. And then look at the 3D. And we have something that looks like this. What I'm planning to do is to have a granite top that is a water flow effect. So basically there's a counter, so those same materials on the side as well. So we're gonna click on that and then click on finish. Luckily we already have a section right here, so we could double click on that. So I'm gonna select the section. So we have double click on that. And then here, we're going to select that again and edit in place. We're going to create, and then we're going to extrude. And then pick a plane, which is this plane. And then here, we could just put 500 for now. And then we're gonna push it back. So we're going to work on that later on. And then here, I'm gonna choose concrete for now because we ran out of stone material that we could pull up right here. But don't worry, once we're in Twinmotion, we could set a proper material on that. So select on this, click on or create a rectangle like so. And don't worry, we're going to change that later on. We're just going to add those ones right now. So align it on the bottom. Select this one so that this one will move once we put in the dimension, which is 25. We could align this onto this and then select this line to put in 25. So whatever you select, that's the one that will move. So select on that, 25 again, AL to align right here. And then we're going to select this one to clean it up. So TR, trim and extend right here, also here. Select this two, delete, TR, trim and extend on this. Once we're done, click on finish go to 3D so that we could visualize it much better. Push it back like so. So we want it to be flush like that. And then here, we're going to pull it back just a little. So around 250 on that. If we watch it, or if we check it out in first floor, that's perfect because we will have an overhang right here because we're going to add a chair. So this is the leg space for that. We're going to select, add it there, CO to copy, and then let's just copy the chairs. And then we would like to space it off like that, much better. Okay. So now that we're good with that, we could actually push it back a little bit more. As you can see, that's too much space. So just estimate it for now. And I think that's perfect enough. Obviously, we need to add a bar height chair on this. As you know, this is not a bar height chair, but I just like to use this because this will represent that bar height. But usually it's around 37 to 42 is the bar height inches though. So now we're going to add in cooktop. So here, go to insert, load family, go to specialty equipment, domestic, mid-range. I don't think it's right here, so let's look for it. We do have a cooktop right here, but we could actually check again. So specialty equipment, domestic, in the high-end section. I'm sure there is, this one is big enough. So I'm going to put the 900 because we have a lot of space. And then we could put this hood island right in the middle or where it stands. So as you can see, range top, you also have something that looks like this. I would like to add this one. This one I haven't used, so I could just load that, CM. So range top, we're going to probably add it on this side. And then go back to section, and then let's look for it. And then there we go. I just want to look how it, so it's actually other way around. So we could just go back to first floor, rotate it, RO, and then rotate it 180. And then I don't like to show the label, so select that, apply OK. And then in order for us to show everything, you need to have this unfine. So here we could push this one a little bit more on the edge, and we might drop it a little bit. So here the grill will show. I just want to see it so that we could assess where it should be. I don't want it too high on the counter, so I'm gonna pull it down a little bit. Maybe we could align it. There we go. And then let's look at it in 3D. And that looks nice. It's a little bit on top of it, and that looks nice. Take note that we have to include something right here because we need access on that. So we need to add some form of door there, so something that looks like this as well. Also, go back to first floor. We're going to insert the hood. So hood island, click open, and then CM on this, and then here we could just add the hood somewhere right here. And then let's go back to section. We need to pull it up a little bit. So what I do is I hold on shift, so basically that's negative. But once I see what I'm looking for, what I do is I select that and then unselect all of this and then pull it up. So basically I'm filtering it. I'm thinking, is this the front or the back? So looks like we're correct. We just need to pull it up in the proper height. Most of the time I just push it all the way up, something like right here, and then you can actually just increase it. So I put it in the middle so that it doesn't overlap right here. So if we go to 3D, it will look like that. So that looks good. Make sure there's no label. It's up to you if you want the label, but for me, I don't need the label to show what it is. So now we need some cabinets on this side. So we could actually select this and then flip it on the other side. And then here, we could just create. So if we go to section, now it's looking right there. We can select this one, edit in place, select this one so that we know what's the material on that. Click on extrusion, and then we're gonna pick this plane because we want to add it there. And then now select the rectangle, make this 10, and then make this 10 as well. Select on that corner, spacebar, so that to change orientation from the outside to inside. Press escape, and then we create. So this is the midpoint, and then we could just add something like that, and then maybe middle right here, and then middle right here. I'm just estimating the size right now. Obviously, if you want more, you can increase that and just estimate if you want to. And then here we could just change the offset to 10 again, and then add it in whatever side you need, and then SL. And actually, before we do that, let's add some variation again. I want this to have right here, and I want this to have 2 drawers, and then offset this to 10 again, and then SL. Now split element, split it to whatever side you want. You can even put it in the middle if you want. I'm going to put it in this side so that I could just do it on this side now. Just a fast way of doing things. We can do it right here as well, just to make it easy for us. Same goes to the bottom. We're gonna do it anyway, so might as well do it on one time. But here we already did it, so TR, trim and extend. So we did do it, we put it in the middle, so that's why we need to do it like that. So here we just do it on one side because we clip it on that side. So basically that's already trimmed to the side it wants. This one is right here as well. We don't need multiple trims. And then here on this side as well for the bottom. And there we go. Click on finish and then finish again, and let's look at it at 3D. So that looks good right there. What I do next is I want everything to be, so this one, for some reason it got the concrete, so let's just put it back onto this one. So it should be Glulam 32C, Glulam actually. And then here we just need to click apply, and then it got fixed. AL, so we're gonna align the face so that everything is flush onto this side. So I'm just looking for this one to be highlighted, so the face. So now that looks good. So everything is added there. So now we need to click finish. I want to add some handles. So if you go to the second link on part 1 description, there you can actually download the one that is called handle. So you could just download that, and then once you download, it will be in your downloads folder into your computer, and then you just need to drag and drop. So once you drag and drop, as you can see, it's a face-based family, so any face it could be attached to. I did that so that I'm not limited to what I could attach it to. So right now I'm gonna spacebar to change orientation. As you can see, I'm gonna add it right there for now, so that once I go there using section, I can see and I can add it or just copy it. So here as well, as you can see, I could put this one right here on this side, and then as you know, this one should be on a different orientation similar to that. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then here as well, we could just add it face like that. For the drawers and the cabinet, we need to face it on this side. So let's go to section. Let's start with this one because it's already here. So might as well do it. I just need to double check what we have there. So I'm just gonna put it like that. This one I want it to be in the middle. So I'm gonna look for the midpoint of this drawer. There we go. And then I'll pull it down. And then from there, I could just copy it from that corner so everything is consistent. This one, we still need to look for the midpoint. Drop it like that. Make everything consistent. And then copy it on the corner. So the spacing is a little bit, somewhat right there. And then here, we could just copy, or we could just estimate it with the look. Copy it right here. Add something right there. And then right here. So I'm just adding it like that. We can now go back here so that we could start adding on this side, and then here we could just flip it. So actually we could just flip it right now and do it on this side so that everything is fast. MV, look for the midpoint, and then drop it a little bit below. Copy it. CO to copy. Obviously we're not going to add it there. We could add it right here. And then copy it. CO on that. Move it again into the corner. Move it like that, and then copy. Here we could just put this one like that. CO, copy there, and then here, easy to copy something right here. And then here we could make one, and then one on that. So let's just create, copy it here. And then once we're done, copy on those corners. I'm just going to copy it right here and somewhere like there, and delete it. And then we're going to do it on the other one. So double click on that. We could select that CO and then copy it like that. CO and that. Actually delete it. I think it's faster to just do it like that. Select that CO. And then copy it, CO on that. And basically we're gonna do it on this side. I'm going to align it so that everything is aligned right here. Looks like that's aligned, so I'm just gonna copy and then eyeball it. CO1 that, copy, and that looks good. So we're gonna stop here for now and continue in the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.